Alright, here we are on Rift. 3K4v4, Team 1ANS, Team 2 OSP. Real simple, son. We got some people we've seen before, like My Hands Your Bones, Zombareno, Zhubov. In fact, this whole team, we've seen these guys before. What about the OSP team? I think I might have seen Mars Volta before, but I don't think he made it into a video. Alright, let's go. Rift is a pretty balanced map. I think it's a really awesome map just because the points are all equidistant apart, more or less. They're planarly comparable, just with a canted plane, a diagonal plane. Looks like we're dropping down with the OSP team. Big guns. A lot of big guns, man. Those triple barrel 250s are pretty menacing. That could tear some light ships up. Looks like a lot of destroyers on the opposing force, so those could be very effective. Mark 65s. C60 plasma. A lot of plasma. Ooh, I like this. 4 plasma cannons total and a naked scout. What? Okay. Luke is entirely unhinged. Nothing but plasma on a line ship. And actually, no, 2 T-30s. Why would you even bother? Just, like, go hard on the plasma at this point. Be pure support. That thing is gonna liquefy armor. It's gonna be quite something. C-53s on an Ocello. You know, I joked about this in one of the prior videos, but so yes, you can put casemates on an Ocello. I figured you'd have to put them on the top and bottom turrets, which would, you know, make this thing fucking bad. But put them on the broadside, interesting choice. You really don't want to be fighting things broadside in an Ocello because the armor doesn't work as effectively. In fact, the armor is quite shit on perpendicular angles. But I don't know, he might be able to get some extra damage out. As long as he's not focusing on getting those out, it could be very good. Scout tug. And a scout shuttle with a lockup. Grunt. What do I feel like I already looked at you? Because I did already look at you. Shark pack. Ah, yeah, even names. Baby shark, mommy shark, daddy shark. Aunt shark. Shark. Granny shark. Half sister shark. Stepdad, mother-in-law, extended cousin shark. These are good. These are real good. Big fan, just rockets and grazers. And that's it. And then Soviet propaganda. Gunship. Bloodhound. Rocket launchers. Good. Pretty standard. It looks like we got a beam team. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we got. With lots of point defense, that's good. You need those on these. Oh, that's a lovely sentence, isn't it? Very not confusing. We got a missile voxel here. Yeah, last time we saw this player, I wasn't able to get much done with this build. Oh, maybe we'll do a better job this time. Good luck, buddy. This thing is already taking damage. What has it been shot at? Or that might just be damage from overdrive. Afterburner. No, both of those things are wrong. Flank speed. Got some missiles, some guns. Kind of a weird setup. A lot of raw firepower. More guns. One of these destroyers. Fighting Axford, standard type. Couple of combat reigns. An E-War / missile reigns. 46? That's pretty good. I'm surprised he's able to compress that many Type 2s on that thing. Look at this. This is absolute chaos. If these guys can pounce on either of these fleets, they're going to get completely destroyed. Oh no. And they might be able to do that considering the cover that they're in here on Delta. Or Dagger. I've been trying to use the Space NATO alphabet when I can remember to do that. OSP, of course, up on caps almost immediately. Tends to be the way these things go. ANS team heading towards Charlie and Comet and Atlas. Trying to keep these straight so that me and the in-game announcer don't disrupt each other and confuse people. For folks who aren't used to the NATO alphabet. That's a few rockets. Oh, I don't think these are gonna do very well. Long range against voxels and destroyers? No way. Okay, that's a hit. So we've got one hit down here, and I think no hits up here. Okay. So out of that magazine of rockets, yeah, like a lot of fucking rockets. None of them hit because it's kind of far away. I don't think they have very good tracks. And you need good tracks for rockets since they're direct fire. Ooh, there you go. And these are also dodging, although there they had stopped dodging. Good hits. Couple hits on the voxel. Okay, that's what you need out of those rockets. This team's in big trouble. They went from not being in danger at all to big trouble. The background on Rift is too bright. I mean, I get that it's like space dust, but it's too bright. For my taste. I like this map overall, but yeah, that's something I just noticed. Unfortunately, that beam being out means this ship is kind of worthless now. It's got PD, but if this thing can't get angled, and I think they're flying too tight on formation for this to get angled, then the beams are this one's beam is also going to get taken out before it can do anything of note. The half gun, half missile voxel is also having a bad time since one of his missile launchers was destroyed, and the player doesn't seem to want to be spinning a restore on that. So a pretty good chunk of this thing's arsenal just got deleted for free by the OSP team. Well, I guess not free. Rockets aren't free. But for relatively cheaper than it should have been, no one's capping Charlie. Why did y'all not go for Charlie? Guys, Comet is right there. Looks like Atlas is about to get capped by the Martian team over here. There's too many Martians. Everyone wants to be the Martian Navy. I wish people would branch out on their ship tagging. I don't see too many USS or KIVs or any of the other abbreviations from Star Trek. It's like just Martians and then memes. And sometimes like real world stuff like the Italians here. The Soviets are also really popular. We have Soviet propaganda over here.
The enemy secured zone Boxer. The enemy is securing zone Comet.
Oh, more rockets. Let's see them.
The enemy secured zone
Wow.
Atlas.
Okay, so I guess that angle is just really bad for those. If they'd stayed where they were, they would have gotten much better shots off. Or no, this is a different team. I think. Yeah, this is a different team. Which has already eaten some fire and will continue to eat fire. Yeah, this is the first team they fired at. But those rockets are not getting through that PD. Quite unfortunate. Atlas has been capped. Comet's getting capped by the ENS team, even though the OSP should have easily been able to just cap that with one of these rocket ships, which have all been destroyed in the meantime while I was looking away. Just doing a real bang-up job here. I consider casting with my eyes closed for the rest of the match. I don't think I missed those connecting, no. Yeah, if your first volley didn't work, which fired a whole bunch of missiles, why do you think future volleys would work but only fire a few missiles? Track on that. Yeah, this is the same team Elite brought in the last match. He wrecked shop with it. So we'll see if that happens again. A few hybrids coming onto these ships, but no joy. Here comes the plasma, although, funnily enough, well, yeah, there's an expert here that would be worth plasmaing. This is certainly not worth plasmaing. But it's gonna get plasmid anyways. They might even be firing at the expert and just hitting the reins. Oh man, those are some meaty hits. Right into that middle section. With the plasma, I mean. Could be very bad. Looks like the shuttle brigade on Dagger is getting cleaned up quite handedly by these beam stones. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is what you need to do with plasma now, since its zoning has been reduced, but its accuracy increases. Bring a lot of them. It's pretty effective. Oh man, that's a common place to put the CIC. What? Nice. It's gotta be. Because the rest of these are definitely randomly generated. So yeah, it's gotta be. Get down, Mr. President, says the Reigns. But it is not good enough. Strong plasma hits on this Axford. He's probably gonna win this fight. Well, not if he turns like that. He's not gonna win this fight. I was gonna say he's probably gonna win this fight against the Acellos and the Monitors because they don't have that much in the way of direct firepower. And the Acello is kind of easy to kill with 450s. But it will be withered enough by the plasma that any follow-up combat will just kill him. Especially if this rocket ship gets in close and fires off a payload. It's not a rocket ship, it's a scout. Womp womp. So, no joy there. Yeah, it's just gonna die. Cool. I don't know what that was doing here. Maybe it was meant to be like, ah, shoot at me instead. A lot of shuttles. Man, OSP team has taken a lot of losses and not dealt that much damage. They've dealt damage on an important target. I can't fucking select things on the tactical map because they're all on top of each other. I'm surprised he's having these Reigns get out of range. You'd really want the Reigns taking the plasma. Because this Axford eating plasma kind of means it's extremely screwed. Especially if it's not going to rotate it on plasmid side or try to bow tank or anything. It's just broadsiding. Getting very punished for it. It's like a crime wave's coming down to Shuttletown. It is gonna not be very effective. Clunk. Okay, so hit 2 good hits. Kicked out the drive. Yep, that's a dead drive, which means it's a dead in space ship. It's the DC locker. Is this gonna fucking do anything? Okay, so that was from you. Italian fleet is lasering the locals. He's gonna cap Dagger. Looks like in the meantime a shuttle has backcapped Charlie since it's completely undefended. And honestly should have been taken by the OSP team very early on. Eclipse getting capped by this Sprinter. Looks like he's gonna get challenged by the Granny Shark. Granny Shark might even have enough munitions to kill it. Nope. No munitions remaining. Oh, got there just in time. And I don't think Tailspin was a great show. Has any armament? No, it does not. He's now getting to cover. Trying to do some repairs.
Securing zone dagger.
I don't know what's going on with my throat right now. 1 second. Okay. Just went ahead and snorted a bunch of cocaine. That should solve my problem. It's really good for you, I hear. Yeah, drink water, kids. Especially for anyone else who's casting. Drink lots of water. Especially while you're in the middle of this. You'll have to get up after every session. But it's very worth it. Helps your throat, helps your voice. It's how I can just sit down and do like 10 of these in an afternoon. Oh boy. It's a lot of damage.
The enemy secured zone
Rockets, I still can't get over how strong rockets are. They did reduce their efficacy, their ability to just kneecap ships that are prepared for them, which I think is a very good thing. But they're really strong still, especially against a plasma target. The reduced armor penetration doesn't matter if you don't really have that much in the way of armor left. Very good. Sprinters coming in here, not getting off great hits, but getting off good hits onto this Ocello. It's very bad since these are trying to take cover and do some repair, I guess. Honestly, they shouldn't be taking cover. They need to be pushing this Axford. So they've been destroying it. I know they got some help from the missile guys. They've been doing so much damage to this thing. Also, these Rains got taken down by the missile fleet as well. Damn. The Shark team is doing work. These direct fire ships need to be getting in there and direct firing, because otherwise they're going to be slowly taken out by missiles. And this guy's just flying in formation, which means they'll fly at the slowest maximum speed, which is this ship, which is basically useless, and you can just leave it behind. But some people don't ever want to not fly in formation for some reason, and I don't understand. I really don't. More hybrids coming in. Oh, man. Oh. So this is why you don't want to be fighting. You don't want to be broadsiding with the Ocello. I mean, those were missiles, and so they were HEKP hybrids, so they definitely would have actually been stronger coming down the nose. But this happens so often to Ocellos, where it just gets everything in the middle. All the really important things get blown up. You kind of need your reactors. In fact, I'm surprised this thing's able to function at all without the two main reactors. This Axford's just barely hanging on to life. Still a lot of gunfire going into these dead ships. This Axford's about to be dead. Oh, yeah. 1 miss, 2 miss, 3. What? What is happening?
enemy is securing zone
This has to be the worst track in the world, or the worst rocket gunner. Fire whoever's in your gunner seat, my dude. Yeah, Mars Volta needs to fire his gunner. So much plasma, and he's never rotated, which is unfortunate, because that's a big part of why the rockets were able to deal so much damage to him. Speaking of so much damage, I have a feeling one of these ships is going to die, and I'm not really sure which one it is. Okay, now I'm sure. It's you. Skaboosh. Losing a lot of its plasma guns. It hasn't really been able to fight anything, unfortunately. You gotta be
securing zone comment.
in there with the plasma. Most of the plasma hit this came out of these monitors. So this like dedicated plasma ship is not really contributing that much until just now, which is pretty unfortunate considering it's quite good. It would be very good at doing that, very good at dealing with this sort of vessel. I don't think there are no other big ships on the ANS team, so this is kind of the only thing that can be firing at and really getting efficacy. It could technically weaken the voxels, yes. It can weaken the armor on any ship. But weakening voxel armor isn't that big of a deal. It adds. But not by much. Not relative to weakening Axford armor. Also, I think they need to make plasma a little more obvious on the tactical map. Because normally you can see green dots flying when guns are firing, but you can't really see that with plasma, at least not very well. Granny Shark going down hard. Eating several times worth of this ship's value in missiles, funnily enough. How have you not been firing these earlier? A lot of plasma finally going into that expert. Oh, and firing them at dead ships. Oh, they get downed anyways. This is just absolute tragedy on those missiles. Oh, victory, success, joy. The joy of missile death. Obviously, this ship was basically done for anyways. That was a good little finisher on him. The beam team just hanging out by Dagger, ready to kill anything that comes up. Yeah, and man, OSP was really able to pull ahead on the points, but they're behind on caps and they're extremely behind on military strength. And if this team can wipe up this Axford, rotate through Echo, and then engage these missile ships, I think they could win the points game. Zhubov. Oh, they're not even gonna need to mop up the Axford. The player who owns it quit. Okay. Which means this poor plasma ship is kind of out of a job. You need to restore these plasmas. Why do you have 8 restores on this thing? Spin them on the plasma cannons. Do I tell him? Nah. Nah, that's your business. You gotta do it. You're a player. I can't be your mama. These can get around here and start killing off the scouts. Could be very good. Very good for the ANS team. Of course, if they're off of Comet and looping around the backside, that could open up Eclipse and Comet to be capped by the OSP team. More hybrids. In fact, these hybrids might be beating this Voxel and Destroyer team to the back line. Oh, that wasn't even soft kill. That was just a straight up miss. What is happening? Oh my. 200's coming out. Yeah, this thing's in big trouble. But I don't think these... No. This is the Destroyer team that has insane PD. So they're kind of just going to be able to fly forward and ignore these. Especially if they're going to go after decoys. Oh no. Yeah, beams are extremely strong against the Soul as well. There are a lot of things that are good against the Soul. I think they're Just the hardest thing to use in the OSP lineup. Hands down. Yet they seem to be really common, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because they're most similar. Oh man. To ANS ships in design and combat philosophy. I actually got critted. I don't think it's gonna explode. But I would like to see fuel fire. Very much. And there's one started. They're gorgeous and they don't happen very often. I don't know why. It seems like explosions are a lot more common than fuel line fires. Which is unfortunate because I think fuel line fires are just beautiful. Oh nice, they managed to get one. And one of the beamers is firing at the monitor. I want to see this explode! Yes, more crits!
20 minutes remaining.
Monitor is also getting just unbuilt by the deconstruction laser. Another beamer guy, battle shorting his ship. Good work. I don't know if he's managed to position fire this, or if it just so happens to be firing into the reactor block. Yeah, and there's really not that much else important going on, so we're gonna stay here and keep staring at this until there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Just beautiful. You can stop firing, my dude. It's dead. That thing imploded. Or burned up from the inside. I'm not sure what the correct term is on that. Is that an illuminator? Oh, it's a hang-up. It's two hang-ups. It's two hang-ups being fired at the same time. These guys can not only not hear anything, they can really not hear anything. I don't know how helpful that is. Shooting at it. Ah. What did this get killed by? Presumably this T-30, or maybe this was all. I was too busy watching the fuel line fire. I noticed that it died, but I wasn't really sure what killed it. Wow. Even with ANS being ahead on caps, the OSP was ahead on caps for so long that they can't catch up on raw points. That's quite something. Beams going on his monitor. Steadily being taken apart. Plasmas into these keystones. Which is, I mean, it adds. But I definitely think these are not your main target for the. Although, what else are you gonna shoot at? All that's left on the field are keystones and voxels, and a sprinter. And the voxels are even worse targets for plasma, I think, because even with the move speed buff, it helps them dodging not be part of the game. Really, they're still bad against voxels because voxels are just hard to hit. What are those being fired at? Okay, this keystone back here, which is dead. This is a dead one? No, this is alive. It just doesn't have anything really worth shooting at on it. Although it is getting restored, so maybe that's still a good idea. I'd be very afraid of these though, especially since they're cutting him to pieces right now, right in his drive. Nice. Yeah, if the electricity goes off, you can't shoot. Crazy how that works. Reactor off, drive off. This thing is just gonna get deconstructed. I wonder if they know that it's like done and they can switch to these monitors or the Cicello. These are definitely the big threats right now. If they're actual guns instead of just a whole bunch of plasma. This thing's still firing. Not firing at anything important, but it is firing. Looks like the sprinter's coming up here to take Atlas. Forgetting about that you can't select anything out of this pane. That's very annoying. It is a pane. Ha ha ha. Very frustrating one. Can't quite get an accurate track on these, but that's okay. They can't get an accurate track back. Oh, maybe a little bit. But it's the plasma that are hitting and not the bullets. So that's probably not that big of a deal. And as soon as I say that, the bullets land. Cursed. That beam's down and the ship is gonna die. This beam's down too. Oh, shit. You better restore that beam, son. You're gonna need it on both of these. Yeah, this one's working on it. Because that's kind of what these are, is beamer delivery systems. Where's the jammer gone? Presumably on this group. Good. I still don't know who pulls this one out. Both teams are so beat up right now. Oh, and this one dead. Basic CIC. Come on, man, on your frontline ships. I'm surprised these haven't been dying off way faster. Just asking to get screwed. In fact, this one's CIC is out. What? How are you not grayed out then? Because it's still got restores? I guess. Yeah, don't bring basic CICs on direct combat ships. By the way. Also, don't fire rockets at sprinters, because that happens. I mean, some are landing, and damage is being done, but a lot of misses. I think it was probably worth, at this stage in the game, that is probably worth. Even though most of this payload is going into the void. This thing is dead. Might maybe not have been worth all that. But it is dead. Okay. So we got this. And we got this. How's this thing doing on missiles? It's out. I think that's an OSP win. If the OSP players will cap points. Okay, so that guy's not wanting to cap points. That guy's wanting to cap points, but it's going extremely slowly. Oh, this is the guy that had his drive killed. Okay, never mind. I understand why he fired all those then. Because he's probably not going to have a chance to shoot at anything else. I respect it. I respect it. I rescind my previous statement. That is definitely the situation in which you want to do that. This guy getting into fire range. Very menacing plasma fleet. Once this tug gets on echo, it's a W. Okay, this guy just taps out. He knows it's over. Brino is the only one who's left. And he hasn't really done anything. He just sort of flew around the whole frickin' map at rather slow speeds until just now. have some haters. Not a lot of cover. That's not correct. There are some very big sight lines, to be sure. There's a ton of cover. Fuck 'em. I don't care. I like this map. Makes for a very violent game.
The enemy secured
Really, that's what we're here for. Alright. Have the AR. Maybe? Here we go. Alright, Beam Team. Did good, not anywhere near as good as last time. Player, of course, blamed the map. Just unfortunate, because that's a good player. Just apparently a whiny bitch when he loses. Amazing. Yeah, the missile ships did good on the ANS team. It's good to see. They didn't do amazing. They performed well. Oh, this poor Axford was not able to do anything. His fleet positioning was really weird. Couldn't decide what the hell he wanted to do. Which is unfortunate. $20K. Wow. Certainly would have not have expected that. I mean, the plasma added like a lot. Good work, Troy, on making a fleet concept that I see a lot, but I rarely see work effectively. Good work on that. I said work way too many times. This ship, on the other hand, I mean, that's a lot of plasma hits. I just don't think they were landing on anything that important. Because he got a few off on the Axford, but almost all the rest of them landed on beamers that were mostly dead anyways. We have the Shark Pack for the Rocket team. Okay. Not bad, not terrible. Played a very important part in the cap game, which helps keeping your opponent on the back foot. And this thing performed like ass. Yeah, missed all his rockets. Wow. Missed literally all of the rockets. That's, oh, it sucks. It's really unfortunate. I don't know if that was I don't know why. Yeah, and these weren't the guys that were getting hard killed, were they? No, they were. Okay, so this was the guy that fired all of his rockets into that extremely point defense dense. Yes. Beamer team, elites, Beamer team. Neat. Okay. That's unfortunate. I feel like this guy could have done. No, I'll upload this one earlier, since this guy asked specifically. Yeah, the recording is over. The AAR is over. Go home. Goodbye. And, hope you found this recording satisfactory, Zombarino. Who was Zombarino? Ah, the missile guy. Which missile guy? Search. Okay. Oh, the half missile, half gun guy. Cute idea. But I don't think it paid off as well as it probably could have. With some better teamwork. What a nice guy. You have a good day too. Yeah. Movie's over. Bye, kids. Go home.